Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our second review for the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon spin-off series. This is now for episode 2. It is called Alouette. Alright, and spoiler warning if you guys have not seen the second episode now for the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon spin-off series. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, Alouette, which means in English lark, L-A-R-K, which is for a source or quest for amusement or adventure. So really great second episode, I think. This one was really cool that in the intro and that, we got to see Isabel. We got to see, what happened with her as the zombie apocalypse began. We got to kind of see a little bit more with Quinn, who is a character I think that's going to be more prominent coming up. And she sort of steals the car from him in order to save the girl that she's with, who is pregnant, but then also ends up getting bitten. And then we get to see the birth of Laurette, and we get to see why he's so important to, or Laurel, as you could say in French. I think that's how you say it, right? Laurel? All right, they don't say Laurent, they say Laurel. So, and why he's so important to her, because she's kind of like his mom, because his mom, died due to the bite and everything, childbirth and all that stuff, prior. So, yeah, you wouldn't know anything. Yeah, you, huh? Yeah, you want to get started? I'll say hi to everybody. Little punk, you're making it difficult for me to film this review, aren't you? You're making it difficult for me to film this review. It's distracting me from doing a proper review, dude. So this one, obviously, given my situation, I enjoyed this episode. Really cool to see with Laurent and everything, and why he's so important to Isabel. I think that Isabel is a great character. I really love in this episode the introduction, because we get to see her in, I think it's Paris, right? Paris, with the Eiffel Tower and everything, as she's like partying at the beginning of the episode, and we get the sense that she's maybe like upper class French or something like this. She's got a pretty sweet place and all that. She goes out partying and does some blow. And the intro to this episode is really different and strange. I didn't know French people dance like that, but then I thought to myself, well, if this is Paris, then they probably do, European weird. They probably do dance like that, right? They probably did in 2010 or so during the start of the zombie apocalypse. But I actually would say I enjoyed this episode more than the first episode, even though that's really cool to see Daryl land and everything on the beach and everything. But in this one, you get to really get a sense of Isabel's backstory. I think it makes her a really important character for the spinoff for Daryl. And it looks like to me, if there are any characters that might return with Daryl, that might kind of cross over after the series ends, if they do anything with Daryl in the future, or another Walking Dead series back in America, where you have the Commonwealth again, and you have some of the other, Walking Dead OGs, tend to think that maybe Isabel would be one that might cross back over with Daryl, that might go with Daryl after, but then again, she might not, because Laurel might be more important to her than even if her and Daryl get into a relationship here in this series, which has been renewed for a second season. And we'll see if Carol ever makes her way into it. If she does, great. If not, it's okay. I think that at first I was like, I want to see more OG Walking Dead characters in the spin-offs, because Dead City doesn't have that many. The Daryl Dixon spin-off series really is just Daryl. Nobody else kind of comes with him. So it'll be cool to see if Carol does arrive. But I think, after seeing this episode with Isabel, she starts to feel like kind of an OG Walking Dead survivor pretty quickly after getting to see kind of the breakdown of France and everything. It is really cool for her. We get to meet another group here in this one as well, too, which is like a school with a bunch of kids who feel like kind of like Lost Boys or something, feel like kind of like a group of, and the girl who's kind of leading them. And so we see them, and then we have a guy who kind of took one of the castles there and has been going around and taking everything that he can, all the medicine and everything. And we see Daryl and the kids face off against him, find out he is an American, get some really awesome fight sequences and zombies all around, and like a zombie moat of this one castle, which is really cool. Really awesome explosion. And it's just like, it's so cool to see what they're doing with the Walking Dead series now. I think that AMC has really kind of figured some stuff out to where, like, you know, see, the thing about the original Walking Dead series is you get those OG characters all together and everything, so it's great, and you had some storyline to cover. But it's really cool to see what they're doing with these, because sending off the different OG Walking Dead survivors like Daryl or like Negan and Maggie, Rick and Michonne, and we'll see whoever else they might adapt into a series later. Maybe they'll do more. Getting to see them in these different locations really gives you a new sort of a feel for Walking Dead, whereas, you know, you get those kind of like, it's still Daryl, right? But you get to see him in a totally new environment. You get to see him watch like a TV show and such, and get to see him kind of, you know, refer back to Merle and his childhood and everything. Just get to put him in completely different set of circumstances, completely different language, completely different environments, castles, and all this cool stuff with the zombies. And it's really awesome, you know. Even one where he picks up a crossbow in this one and shoots, puts down one of the boys who had been taken maybe by the guy who took the castle, and that was from Texas and everything, which was kind of cool just to see. And it was just, I just think it was a really great episode. The flashbacks were awesome, going back to prior as the zombie apocalypse started. The group of the kids and everything was really cool. And then also, you know, just some really great action sequences with the zombies in different new environments that we completely new and nothing that we've seen before back in Virginia. Now, the series they're watching, I think, was Mork and Mindy, which I've actually never seen, but it's like a Robin Williams series from the 1970s sitcom. Wow, that's old school, man. I kind of feel like for this group that he runs into, maybe Peter Pan was like a little bit of like inspiration for it. You get Rob Williams in there with that and everything, but it was really cool. Runs into the kid, Harrison family, Harrison, which means the hedgehog, which is pretty cool. I like that. So really cool. The American guy, RJ, I think is his name, as a villain, is also really good as a like minor villain in this one. And it's just all around an awesome episode. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, which is higher for me than the premiere episode. I did think it was a better episode than the premiere, and really makes me think like, wow, this series is really good. You know, for Daryl, and it's very, very impressive, because it's just totally like a totally new adventure. Like if the episode is called Alouette, and it's a lark, an adventure, totally is. But it's a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to get to see Daryl in this you know, new environment and everything, and you know, some good characters as well here too for Isabel and Laurette, and I think it's great, man. Really, really awesome. We'll have to see when the first season ends. If it ends up being kind of better than the first season of Dead City, it might, maybe. I guess we'll see how it turns out. Thumb the video up below before you leave, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about these first 2 episodes of the Daryl spinoff series, whether or not you're enjoying it as much as I am. I think it's fantastic, and I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.